Okay, guys. Okay. We have reached that point again where it's mock draft time. And guys, I have my mock draft, and I was like, you know what? Let me just give it all to y'all at the same time, and we're going to talk through it a little bit. Okay, so here's my mock draft 3.0. Here's my mock draft 3.0. Let's go. So, number one, of course, is Paige Bueckers going to the Dallas Wings. Dominique Malonga is likely going to go to the Seattle Storm. The Washington Mystics will draft both Kiki Iriafen and Sonia Citron as their number 3 and 4 pick. We will see Aneesah Morrow get drafted to the Golden State Valkyries. We will see the Washington Mystics at the number 6 spot draft Jocytė. I think I'm pronouncing her name right. And then number 7, we will see the Connecticut Sun draft Shyanne and then draft Georgia Amoore. Number 9, Serena Sundell would be drafted to the LA Sparks. Number 10, Sarah Ashlee Barker will go to the Chicago Sky. And number 11, Tina Paopao will go to the Minnesota Lynx. And number 12, Sania Feagin will go to the Dallas Wings. All right. Those are my picks right now. And let's go through this. Let's go through these picks, guys. Of course, number 1 makes a whole bunch of sense because it's Paige Bueckers. Like, duh. She is the, of all the players in this draft, she is the best pick. She is someone who, yes, was not the MVP of the Final Four, but was someone who all season long really did help her team get into positions to be successful. She averaged 19.9 points a game this season, 4.4 rebounds, 4.6 assists a game, and shot pretty efficiently with 53.4% from the field. I mean, there's no way Dallas is not picking her. I mean, that's an easy pick. Easy pick. All right, number 2, Dominique Malonga is, in my opinion, going to go to the Seattle Storm. Why? Because she is the second best player in this year's draft. Now, here's the deal. This draft, initially, I was like, wow, this draft is going to be crazy competitive. Like, it's going to be very, very, it's going to be huge. Not quite. Now, are there some really good players in this year's draft? Yes, there's some really good role players, right? There are some players who ultimately can be fantastic pros in the WNBA. And yeah. So Dominique Malonga, if you don't know, she is 6'6", which is definitely height that any WNBA player might need. She is someone who is called the female Wemby, and she's called that for a reason because she's a player that can dunk because she can dunk. She can knock down threes, and she can play some defense. I mean, who doesn't want that on their team? I'm just saying, who does not want that on their team? She is about to rock out. She is about to rock out in the WNBA. And I think that Seattle is a great pick, great location for her. All right. Next up, let's talk about Kiki Iriafen. I do see her going to the Washington Mystics, because why not? Kiki Iriafen is a post player who can knock down the mid-range jumper. She can get to the basket and score. She's someone who did her thing in college. Like, yes, in my opinion, I really enjoyed her play last year with the Stanford Cardinals. But this year, you know, she's averaged around 18 points a game, 8.6 rebounds a game, 1.8 assists. She's shooting the ball pretty efficiently for a post player as well. I do think that Kiki Iriafen, now while some people may be like, oh, Kiki Iriafen is not necessarily a number 3 pick, I think she is. Because also, the thing to remember is that the Washington Mystics have both 3 and 4. Okay? They have both 3 and 4. You need another post player. that can come off the bench and be a spark for your team. And I think Kiki Iriafen can do just that. All right, next up, we have Sonia Citron, who will also go to the Washington Mystics. And I think Sonia Citron is a great player. She is someone who could play defense. She's someone who could knock down the three. And that is very, very helpful for the Washington Mystics, because this is a Washington Mystics team that does need scoring. They absolutely do need scoring. Yeah, make sure to hit that like button. Thank you so much. Make sure to hit that like button, y'all. Thank you. All right. Hit that like button. All right, let's get to some of y'all comments. Sterling says, doesn't the Mystics still have Aaliyah Edwards? They do. Says the Mystics could use a guard and get a post later. I think they're gonna do both with 3 and 4. I think Kiki Iriafen has too much potential to not get picked up by the Mystics, because if they don't pick her up, she's gonna be gone because the Valkyries will pick her up. So I think the Mystics, they need a guard, absolutely, and that's why you got Sonia Citron. And it would be helpful to have another post player. Yeah, you have Aaliyah Edwards. Aaliyah Edwards is great, right? She's gonna be a starter this year, but you need to fill out your bench. And I think that Kiki Iriafen is a smart pick. I think that Sonia Citron is a smart pick as well for the Washington Mystics. All right, and then at number 5 for the Golden State Valkyries, I have Aneesah Morrow. So when we think about the Golden State Valkyries, to be honest with you, they need a little bit of everything. This is a brand new team that just needs to figure out what their identity is. And I think that having a player like a Aneesah Morrow, who can give you some points, who can be someone down low, who can rebound at basketball and kind of do all the grunt work, I think that's huge. That is absolutely huge for this team. This is a team that, they got a decent amount of size on them, right? They have a decent amount of size. They got Timmy Fagbenle at 6'4". They got Eliana Rupert at 6'4". Like they have some height on them. However, I do think they do need someone who can. Yes, Aneesah Morrow is not tall. She's not a tall player. However, she is someone who can play way bigger than her height is, and she's someone who can do a lot of the grunt work, in my opinion. And I think that having Aneesah Morrow would be a huge get for this Golden State Valkyries team, because she's going to rebound, she's going to play some defense, and she can score at the basket. My mic is going in and out. Really? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Kentucky Rick. It's a YouTube problem. Go out and come back in. Michael, I can totally see that. Yes, I can totally see Aneesah Morrow going to the 3, similar to Alysha Clark, because when Alysha Clark first came into the WNBA, she was a post player. She's a post player that ended up transitioning into like a 3-and-D type player. All right, so yeah. I don't have graphics for everybody else, so I'm just going to go back to the main graphic, and we're going to talk through everybody else through this. With the number 6 pick, I think that the Washington Mystics end up picking Jocytė. She is a international player, a European player in the WNBA draft. She is a young player who has a lot of potential. She's been playing pro for a long time, and I think she has quite a lot to give. She's a 6'2" player. She kind of plays that small forward type of role. She plays in France right now, and she can knock down buckets. She's very, very young. She's only 19 years old, and so there's an opportunity to really have her grow with you all, with a team. And so yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. Jocytė is someone who can score, someone who can play the pick and roll really well, someone who is tall, which is always very helpful. 6'2" as a small forward is pretty tall, I would say. And so I do think that because of all of that stuff, and just because she has a high ceiling, a highest ceiling, that I think you take the risk in picking her, even though she is a very young player that may take a little bit of time to develop. but it's a risk that you might seriously want to consider taking. All right, for number 7, I have the Connecticut Sun picking up Shyanne Sellers. Now, here's the deal. If the Washington Mystics select Shyanne Sellers number 6, I think for sure Jocytė she's definitely going to Connecticut, because Rashid Meziano, I think, would definitely like to have her on his team. But let's talk about why Shyanne Sellers makes sense for the Washington Mystics. The reason why I like Shyanne Sellers with the Washington Mystics is because, one, she's tall, 6'2", right? She is someone who can knock down buckets. She is a big shot taker. This year, she averaged 14.4 points a game, 4.1 assists a game. She also can shoot the three pretty well. She shot around 40% from the three. And that's something that was absolutely huge. She's someone who, in big moments, can have a big performance. Like, y'all remember she had like 28 points in that game against Alabama in the NCAA tournament. I think it makes a lot of sense for a team to pick her up. The reason why Shyanne is dropping now, initially I had Shyanne higher. Y'all remember? I think it was draft 2.0. I think I had 1.0. I had Shyanne really high on my draft board. However, injuries, I think, is putting a little like asterisk mark to Shyanne Sellers, which is why I think she will ultimately fall to the 7 pick. All right. So Connecticut with 7 pick, I think they will draft Shyanne Sellers to their squad. And then like the Washington Mystics, the Connecticut Sun have a back-to-back. And so with the number 8 pick, they will draft Georgia Amoore. The reason why is because I think the coach is going to have a affinity to Georgia Amoore. She is someone who is, yes, short. She's 5'6", but she is someone who can make big shots at the right time, right? Now, is she a high volume scorer? She is. When she's hot, she looks fantastic. When she's not, the field goal percentage is in the trash. But overall, she is someone who can knock down threes, can score, and the Connecticut Sun is going to need all the scoring off the bench that they can possibly get. So far, this past season, she averaged 19.6 points a game, 6.9 assists per game as well. Defense is something that is not great. However, I do think that we will probably see Rashid Mezian, the head coach of I think we'll see him decide to draft her, mainly because of her shooting. And also a thing to note about Georgia Amoore is that, she's international, right? She's Australian. And I think international coaches a lot of times tend to vibe with international players as well. So I do think that there's a little bit of a chance that we may see Georgia Amoore going to the Connecticut Sun. All right. Number nine, I have Serena Sundell going to the LA Sparks. Now, Serena Sundell is a really good player. Like, she's someone who can be a pretty steady presence off the bench. She's a 6'1" guard from Kansas State. And so far in this past season, she averaged 14.1 points a game, 7.3 assists a game. The LA Sparks need more scoring. They need someone who can come in the game and not do too much. And they need someone who can catch and shoot. And that is exactly what a player like a Serena Sundell can do. So that's why I think they end up picking her. All right, number 10. I have the Chicago Sky picking Sarah Ashlee Barker. And I'm going to tell you this. Yes, I've enjoyed watching Sarah Ashlee Barker play all year. But the thing that made me boost her up to that first round was the game against Maryland. Sarah Ashlee Barker is a player who literally did everything for her team. I tell you, this year, Sarah Ashlee Barker, she's a shooting guard at 6 foot tall. She goes. She played for the Alabama Crimson Tide this past season, and she was someone who was a bucket. 18 points a game, 6.3 rebounds a game, 3.9 assists per game. She shoots the ball very, very well. When it comes to the Chicago Sky, they need more scorers. And yes, initially I did have the Chicago Sky picking up Te-Hina Paopao. However, the performance that Sarah Ashlee Barker had in that tournament, where she literally put her team on her back, where she scored 45 points, shooting 63% from the field, 66% from the three. I thought this was like, if the Chicago Sky have a chance to pick up Sarah Ashlee Barker, you don't hold off on that. You do not hold off on that, because she has the ability to have massive games like that. Now, she's going to, of course, come off the bench for the Chicago Sky, and she probably won't play that much her rookie year, but I do think that she is a player who, in the right moment, can turn it up and can make some noise. And I tell you, again, it was that performance against Maryland that did it for me. Of course, I've been watching Sarah Ashlee Barker. I like her. I think she's a great player. However, I had her as a second round player until that game, and I was like, ooh, that game was too good to not be in the first round. Okay. Next up, I do think that we will likely see Te-Hina Paopao go to the Minnesota Lynx. Why? Because she's a shooter. And what does Minnesota like? Shooters. I think it makes sense. And also, I think if she does drop to number 11, I think Minnesota would be crazy not to pick her up. So yeah, that's why I have the Minnesota Lynx picking up Te-Hina Paopao. Okay, now I want to go to number 12, because I feel like that's going to be a lot of talk and a lot of probably disagreement in this number 12 pick. And for the number 12 spot, I have the Dallas Wings picking up Sania Feagin. There is a reason for this, and let me talk through that reason. All right. When we talk about the Dallas Wings and we look at the Dallas Wings roster, all right, we look at their roster, and here's who they have in the post. Here's who they have. Here is who they have. They have, in terms of like post players, they got Louisa Geisel-Sorter at 6'4". All right. They have Joyner Holmes. They got Tierra McCowan, or Joyner Holmes at 6'3". They got Tierra McCowan at 6'7". They have Nalissa Smith at 6'4". So you may be like, they got a lot of post players. Why do they need Sania Feagin? Defense. That's why they need Sania Feagin. In my opinion, this Dallas Wings team, yes, you got post players, but you don't really got no defense. Nalissa Smith does not really play defense. She doesn't. Tierra McCowan does not really play defense. She doesn't. You need actual defense on this team. And I think Sania Feagin brings that defense for Dallas. That's why I have Dallas selecting a player like a Sania Feagin, right? I think we end up seeing Sania Feagin get in that first round. Is she a lottery pick? In my opinion, no. Don Saley said that that she's a lottery pick. I don't think she is. I think she is a first round pick for Dallas, because Dallas needs defense in the post. And yes, Sania Feagin is not going to give you a lot of points in the WNBA. She's not. But she's going to play some defense. she's going to do something, And seriously, like I really do think that there's a good chance that we may see Sania Feagin in that first round because of her defense in the post. That's what your team needs. Yes, sure. Could you get a guard like an Isaiah James? Absolutely. You sure could. But you need defense. You need it in the post. And so to me, getting a defensive player like a Sania Feagin is huge, because you can have all the guards in the world, but if your big women if they can't stop nobody, then you losing a lot of games. You are losing a lot of games. So we'll see. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think Sania Feagin will get drafted and go to and will go to the Dallas Wings. We'll see. We will see. All right, guys. That's my stream. That is the stream for the day. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Thank you. I don't really have anything else to say. But yeah, that's the stream. That is the stream. Yeah, I don't have to go. I gotta go. So thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Make sure to hit that like button on y'all way out. It really does help the channel out a whole lot. Make sure to subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And yeah, let me know what you think about this list. Let me know. Jigen says, I realize Haley Van Lith isn't in your first round. Yeah, she's not. I mean, I could see Georgia and Haley Van Lith being swapped, but yeah. And here's the deal: just because someone gets drafted in the first round does not mean they actually make the team. Like, seriously, I think there is a lot of players who will get drafted who will not make the team. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just my thoughts. You all make your own list, and let's compare them. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Be kind to people. Tell somebody that they matter, because they absolutely do. And I will see y'all in the next one. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.